Hey guys, Quasi here, back with another Exos Heroes video. In this one, I'm going to be reviewing the first blue FateCore in Global, Black Moon Baraka. So Baraka is a machine chaos physical unit from Wasted Red. Let me just go to him right here. Machine means that he has consistent mana gain of +1 on his turn as long as his health is above 80%. It's very good if you have healers or a dark set to be sustained, but it does have lower potential than fire, ice, or nature as an element in general. He is chaos, which just means he has lower stat totals, which is not good, but he does have very high attack even as a chaos type. His other stats do suffer though, and he is a backline unit. His country of origin, Wasted Red, is actually very important because he's a blue FateCore. So just jumping straight into his FateCore tab, we can see he has a blue border. You can see that it says, if FateCore is in possession, grants buffs to Wasted Red heroes, combat power 2%, attack 1%, HP 6%, and defense 1%. So these are given immediately. As soon as you get one copy of his blue FateCore, all Wasted Red units, including Baraka, will get these bonus stats. The real power of the blue FateCore is what happens when you pull a duplicate FateCore. So a lot of people have probably done FateCore Fusion by now, and seems it gives around an extra top half and bottom half of additional stats in terms of like your gear. You can see these reviewed in another top post in the Exos Heroes subreddit on the fusion stats. For Baraka though, he also has the massively raised country buff. I'm going to call it that. And then his country is Wasted Red. So if you look at my FateCore, I managed to pull one extra copy. It says Fusion level 1. And my combat power is actually 6%, attack 5%, HP 28.5%, and defense 2%. So I got a really bad roll for defense. That sucks. Combat power wasn't the greatest, 6%. But I did get a good attack and HP roll. Attack be at 5% and HP at 28.5%. Attack is like around B tier, around B tier. And HP is, I think, between the cuff of A and B. So like those are really good for one fusion. And what I mean by A, B tier is that your rolls can go from A to E tier. And each time you do another fusion, you'll be guaranteed to go up a tier. So if you get really lucky, you can actually roll full A tiers with just one dupe. Not everyone's that lucky, but I did get lucky with my health and my attack, so I am pretty happy about that. And this is the unique thing about blue FateCores. They have these bonus stats that apply after everything else. What that means is that it applies to your equipment stats and it applies to like set bonus effects. So your 1.2 HP 1.2k HP bonus that you get from a 6 Garden Stone stat will be increased by 360 if you have a 30% HP buff from the blue FateCore. So this is actually very significant. The sad thing is that Wasted Red is a lackluster country at the moment, so the blue FateCore is basically just good for Baraka, but there are some decent options that I'm going to go over right now. So here in Journal, we're going to go to Legendary. One of the units that could be worth using is Vinity. So Vinity, as you can see, I'm going to go right into here. His or her, I can't really tell. It's like one of those like animals. It has the same passive, Final Hit, when you unlock it, but Final Hit does not change when you unlock, so I do not recommend doing this enhancement. But the first skill does 120% to all back row enemies. That's pretty good. And the second skill was 630%, bigger modifier than Baraka, and it resets the turn. So this is a pretty good skill, and Vinity does have decent attack. If you can see, he has 1182 at level 75, whereas Baraka has 1226. There are also two rare units worth using, Seir. So at 75, the attack is definitely lower for rare units, obviously. All the stats are going to be lower. But you can see that Seir has a attack buff, AoE, for your whole team, and a burst skill that does 600%. So Seir is going to be doing decent damage, especially if you use a 10 mana burst, but that doesn't mean you have to 6-star your Seir, so I'm not sure if I would recommend that. But Seir is decent. And then the last one worth mentioning from Wasted Red is Alos. Alos, I'm only going to mention because of this skill right here. Decrease the target's critical hit by 150 for 18 turns. So right here. Okay, so you can see that if you upgrade it, you can decrease by 180. This can be pretty helpful to prevent you from getting crit, but it is single target, so I could see it potentially being useful on a boss later on, but for now, not really worth it. Going back to Baraka, you can see his stats. These stats, the tier of the stats are ranked for all the faded units in a Google sheet, I believe, in the global Discord. So you can feel free to check it out. Credits to Arigato Dangangjun and Joy Banji. I definitely screwed up those names, but that's the people that wrote the sheet. He has the lowest HP and defense of all the faded at 25 out of 25. He has 5th rank in attack out of 25, 9th rank in hit rate. He's 1st in evasion at 110, tied with Jin, I believe. Yeah, Jin also has 110. Critical hit, he's at 7th at 120. 120 is pretty decent. Like, that's considered pretty high. There are some units with massively high ones, like Baelish at 280 critical hit, but I will note that you do get crit from faded gear anyways, and Baelish has much lower attack, base attack. And then his block is also very low, and he's 3rd in attack speed at 114. So what does this mean? He's a very, very squishy unit, low HP, low defense, low block, but he has very high attack, evasion, critical hit, and attack speed. So this is why the blue FateCore is very useful for Baraka. The stat patches up his HP and his defense, which are his most lacking stats, very nicely. And the first Guardian passive is also generally useful on him because of the shielding for added survivability. If you have regular Baraka, you will notice that he is a very squishy unit, and these things does help him. So where do you use Baraka? I use Baraka in my special stages on machine days, which is on Thursday. On those days, you want his defense to be around 1400, and then if you want to use him in an arena, which is called Zebenstunier in this game, you want his attack to be around 2700 plus. Now going to Guardian Stone recommendations. Let me go there really quickly. You're going to go to Help, and then Equipment, Guardian Stone Effect. So when I'm going over this, I will note that there is a mistake in Machine. I went over this in my previous video. Be sure to check that out. Machine actually gives you status immunity for 2 turns at a 6 set. I'm going to go over everything as a 6 set because that's what you want on every unit for the 1200 bonus health. Machine gives you 2 turns of status immunity every round. This can let you bypass Taunt from Ulum, Silence from Annie, and other annoying status effects, so you can make sure that your final hit passive actually hits, and so you can kill the units that you are nuking after Bathory's Tranquil pops. Dark is also good, especially for PvE, because there are no metal healers, so on machine days, you are going to be very dependent on a shield if you do not have a dark set. It gives him self-sustain to power through machine days, and it's decently just good on first Guardian units because you heal off your Wrath procs. And because of his huge nuke on S2, he will basically full heal after that if he crits. Going into nature, he has very high innate dodge. I went over that earlier. He has the highest amount of faded tier, so nature set is just generally useful. And as stated before, it has special synergy with first Guardian units because of their passive. When they get hit, they will Wrath counter and stack their shield. Now going to his banner to review it really quickly. There he is. You can see that there is a 0.5% chance of getting blue FateCore Baraka, and there is a 28 mileage. While I'm talking about this, I'll just do one pool for you guys. So what does this mean? 28 pools times 700 Zs per 11 pool means it's 19,600 Zs. That is a lot of investment for something that does not have anything else compared to, say, Rara, which had many changes with her FateCore. Let's see what we got here. All right, Tantalo. I think that's my first Tantalo, actually, so that's pretty good. And considering, let me just go back to the math real quick. I got distracted. Considering 11 draws, your chance to pull him one time in your 28 pools is 78.6%, which is decent. In one pool, your chance to get him is 5.36%. For me, I think that it is not worth it to go for Blue Baraka, unless if you really, really need someone for machine days, or you feel very lucky and you can pity him. I think that being able to pity him is very important because you do want the extra copy. So I will say that this is a very risky banner because to truly get the power of the blue FateCore, you should have at least one dupe. I have a similar stance towards String of Creations, but that is just me. And I will showcase him right now in one arena match for you guys to see how I would use him in arena. So let me go there real quick. I'm Challenger 2 right now. I should be higher. I should be in Masters, but I was slacking off at the beginning of reset. So yeah, I haven't been doing my tickets. So we are against a Jin this match. Let's see. I have Rara. Let's try to nuke the Anastasia. Alright, we one-shot Anastasia. Nice. And then now let's hit Annie with Baraka. Okay. They're doing a couple of attacks. That's no big deal. We got our Wrath counters. Anna's very tanky. Got some mana on Bathory too. Wait, who did she silence? I can't tell who she silenced, but let's silence Jin. Okay, or we can just straight up kill him. Thanks, Annie. Alright, we're gonna heal up with Anastasia. Let's nuke Xeon this time. Wait, was Xeon protected by Annie? Oh shit. He had Burning Shield, okay. That was awkward. Just gonna basic attack Annie now. So there you saw that I had status effect immunity on my Baraka. So even though Ulum taunted everyone, I still finished off Annie with that basic attack. And as you can see, having how many do I have? I have 3 Dragon Bloods on my team. They literally just destroyed that Xeon with counterattacks as soon as they attacked. And now we have Bathory to drop that big, massive nuke. Slow-mo means you won. And that was my Baraka showcase. I could do another one, but I feel like that would make the video too long. So TLDR, or DW, TLDW, because you're watching this, it's a video. You should pull for him if you need him for Machine Day, and also because he is a very good unit. Very strong, very high attack, very good nukes. But I only recommend it if you can go to Pity because blue FateCores require more than 1 unit. And keep in mind, in terms of like future reference, okay, look at me, I'm just rambling again. In terms of future reference, they might add more wasted red units, in which case this is very worth it because you get to buff all of them. But anyways, that is all for this video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see something else, just let me know in the comments down below. And thank you guys for watching. Good luck on your pools. I got very lucky with 2 pulls myself, and that will be all. See you guys.